You're watching Local Paper TV. We have with us Walter Stragan. He's the candidate for the Melbourne division in this year's federal election. He's standing for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. Walter, welcome back.
Well, yes, welcome, Ash. Final couple of days left until the federal election.
Yeah, Walter, you've been with us right through the campaign and you've been giving us your insights. What are people telling you at the moment in these final days before polling day?
Well, look, a lot of them. I know I attended the two state pre-polling stations, and a lot of them are saying, look, the city of Melbourne's not safe anymore. There's more burglaries, there's more attacks, and there's basically no safety at all unless they continuously put CCTV cameras. I had to install more CCTV cameras in my office in Thornbury because of what's happening. Today there was a person trying to stab one of the candidates, UAP candidate, with an umbrella. Now, how ironic is that? It's just getting to the stage of ridiculous.
And I guess, Walter, you're standing in the Melbourne electorate, and more than anything, it's the inner city, it's the CBD, where there's homeless people, where there's people with suffering from poverty, and you're seeing it firsthand.
Well, it never used to be homelessness people sleeping at front of my doorstep where I live in Docklands. Now there is 3 people sleeping there. Yep. I approached one of them last week. My wife approached him, and we felt sorry for him, so we gave him clothes. Now, we have got a lot of wellness centres in Melbourne empty. What has this Greens Party done for the people of Melbourne? Homelessness on the street, security and safety on the street. There's drug and mental issues that a lot of our people in Melbourne are suffering from. Where is the actual medical centres to help them? Why aren't they being built? The suicide, mental health. Why isn't it being reported by the mainstream media? Because they got told not to report it by the 3 major parties, Greens, Labor and Liberal. Farmers not being looked after. I've done a lot of bankruptcies. I've actually liquidated a lot of clients that are basically say, we've lost everything. We lost our house. We've got 2 young kids. What has the Greens done? I'll tell you what they've done. Nothing. Adam Bandt has been in his position as a federal MP in the seat of Melbourne for 12 years. A cat has 9 lives. He's had 12 years and he's done nothing. He's promoted himself to be the saviour of the Greens Party, to be the saviour of Melburnians. He's done nothing. Empty promises. Continue empty promises. How can anybody in their right mind vote again for a party that has given them nothing? Another 3 more years? I don't think so.
Walter, you're standing, you want to be the federal member for Melbourne, and you're representing the One Nation Party. If elected, what are the types of things that you'll be doing?
Bringing people back into the CBD. Number 1, setting up wellness centres, filling them up with people who are homelessness. 3rd, drug and rehabilitation centres. Where are they? Pauline Hanson will set that up. You know, bankruptcies, liquidations. Let's help small businesses. The city of Melbourne is empty. The businesses are crying. Let's help the businesses get on their feet after this so-called pandemic that we all had to have. And that's another story I would like to discuss further down the track. But our economy is suffering. Australia is facing the biggest problems it's ever had since I would say 1950, after the war. It's got real big issues. Now, the WHO, World Health Organization, is going to control our health. God forbid anybody who votes for them. There should be a referendum on that, not just the parliamentary people ticket. There should be also consulting from the people as to, especially in the city, increasing their liquor license, applying for. There's been no consultation by our current government, Mr. Adam Bant, as he is called, to the people and consulting them. They just rubber stamp and sign it. We have got in Australia a corrupt government which has to change. We don't want China taking over Australia. This is very, very scary what we are facing with.
Walter, what are the everyday voters telling you when you see them at the polling booths?
They're sick of the three parties. One lady came up to me last week when I was pre-polling at a pre-polling station. Can you help me so we can change this government? I'm sick and tired of the major parties. They've done nothing for us. They promise. Boy, do they promise. That's why Labor is now crawling. We're getting phone calls. A lot of people have run and said, we're sick of getting phone calls from the Greens, Socialists, Labor, Liberal. Can you tell me who do I vote for? I've had over 200 phone calls, don't know how they got my number, my private number of this firm, asking them, sending me how to vote cards and asking me to help them not to vote for the major parties. People are waking up. That's why the Liberals, Labor and the Greens are basically worried that it could be even, I hope it is, a hung parliament, which both parties will start crawling to the likes of One Nation, the likes of UAP, the likes of Lib Democrats, say, can we do deals with you? I'm going to tell you, if they ever approach One Nation to do deals with, I'm going to tell them nicely now, you are going to abide by our rules and by our votes, and you're not going to do whatever you think you want to do in Australia. That ain't going to happen. So I've got news for Liberal and Labor and Greens. You can forgive me supporting you.
Walter, you've been with us right along through the election campaign, and this is our fourth series of chats.
Correct.
What have you learnt as a candidate? What have been your observations of what people are asking from their candidates, from the people who have nominated for election? What do they want?
What is One Nation going to do that the other three parties haven't done? I've given them the answers.
Yes.
I will look after the pensioners, like Pauline Hanson has done from day one, small businesses. Our medical health system has to be totally overhauled without the WHO coming in. Our drug people and people who are homelessness have to be looked after. The wealthy companies will pay their share of tax and will not escape Australia before they pay the tax. Our businesses with apprentices, with further funding, will be coming into the small businesses of every single constituent in Melbourne.
Walter, it's been a long campaign for you. How are you feeling about the election on Saturday?
Look, I feel confident. If I win 50 plus 1%, I will make history for the Australian people. Not Victoria, I'll make history for the Australian. And I'm aiming to do that because I think people are waking up finally and saying, we've had enough, enough, enough. We're now going from Liberal, Labor and Greens to the UAP, One Nation and the Independents and Lib Dems. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. They're sick and tired of what has been promised by the majors and delivered nothing.
Walter, you've been very generous with your time right throughout the campaign. I'd like to thank you for that. Good luck with your efforts at the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our correspondent right throughout the campaign.
Thank you very much, Ash. Nice talking to you. Thank you, Ash. Bye.